All right, 7th graders, this is to help you with question 1 on CR 16. It says solve J divided by 0.45 equals negative 0.9. All right, so we're going to solve this equation. J divided by 0.45 equals negative 0.9. All right. So when we're solving an equation, I'm trying to get J by itself on one side. Right now, it's attached by division. So you have to ask yourself, how do I undo division? And hopefully you answer yourself, oh, I undo division with multiplication. So if I have J over 0.45 equals negative 0.9, I say, oh, I undo division with multiplication. That means to get rid of this 0.45 attached to the J, I'll have to multiply by 0.45. If I'm multiplying the left-hand side of my equal sign by 0.45, I must multiply the right-hand side of my equal sign by 0.45. Right here, 0.45 divided by 0.45, that's just a fancy form of 1. 1 times J is just J. Right? That's a beautiful fancy form of 1. Then on this side, I have to take negative 0.9 times 0.45. Okay, first of all, my multiplication and division of signed numbers, I like to use my hashtag. I put pluses along the diagonal, minuses everywhere else, and I say, okay, a negative times a positive. A negative times a positive will be a negative. So negative times a positive will be a negative. So that tells me my answer here will be negative. This is my multiplication division of sign number rules. So I draw that little visual for myself. And now I actually have to multiply 0.9 times 0.45. So here's my little scrap work off to the side because you all probably have calculators in front of you, but as you know, if you ever watch my videos, I never have a calculator in front of me. So I have 0.45 times 0.9. I do not have to line up my decimal points. I literally am just multiplying. I'll worry about placement of my decimal once I get to my final answer. 9 times 5 is 45. Put down a 5, carry a 4. 9 times 4 is 36, and 4 more is 40. And then 9 times 0 is 0. So then I just take a look. Where do I put my decimal point? 1, 2, 3 places over. 1, 2, 3 places over. And that makes sense to me. So my answer would be 0.405. Makes sense because if I have 0.45 and I'm multiplying it by 0.9, that's 0.9 is close to 1. So 0.45 times 1 would be 0.45. So I'm like, oh, 0.40 is pretty close to that. That seems reasonable. These numbers would be way too high. All right, so negative 0.405. I can always put a 0 in front of that decimal point. It won't change a thing. All right, I hope that helps.